uh, with Neeraj Dewan about how the trade is going to be and how various stocks should be actually looked at right now. Neeraj, hi, good morning. And let's pick up from Vodafone Idea. I mean, the fact that the government's stake in Voda Idea is now going to rise to nearly about 49% as the spectrum dues convert into equity. Tell me, what does it mean for shareholders?
Yeah, good morning. I've been avoiding Vodafone Idea with whatever, is happening with the stock at 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 16 rupees, even below 10 rupees. I will say that maybe after this news, there can be some bounce back for it, for maybe trading bounce back in the stock. But I don't see too much happening because, see, the performance has not been improving. The losses have still been there. They've been losing subscribers. So I don't know whether this is going to change anything for them materially on the business front. So maybe some, because government is converting at 10 rupees, so there may be some bounce back from these levels. But otherwise, I don't see too much happening for this company.
Why is that, Neeraj? Why is that you don't see too much happening in the company? I mean, it's a company where if you're buying at 6 rupees, you're actually buying it at option value now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's not too much to lose, definitely. So there can be some trading for someone who wants to take a risk for a trading bounce back. Even if it goes to 8, 9 rupees, it's a decent percentage gain. So that kind of a trade can be taken. So, but nothing fundamentally which is giving a case on business front for this someone to buy this company for a sustained basis where we see that once we see that on the numbers, once we see something improving, definitely I'll be coming out and saying buy on fundamental grounds also based on business promotion. But right now it can be trading buy, and like you said, there's nothing much to lose on the downside from these levels.
Neeraj, 940, don't do anything. What are you doing? Just watch ET now.
Sure, definitely. We'll not miss this opportunity. We will be watching it now. Definitely.
Thank you, Neeraj. Okay, Neeraj, let's talk about what you've done in the month of March. 15 days, markets are up 1500 points plus. What's been your, activity like?
Actually, market. Last time when the market came up in November, December from those bottom of close to 20, 3 to 2,820, it moved up 15 to 700 points pretty fast. So that time, though, there was a difference. That was because of a shift to China, our results not being good. But this time again, market has come up after being oversold for such a, good level from February, mid-February onwards. So I think this time again, the results were the culprit, and there was insistent selling by FIs, which continued. So no, last week, because around 22,000, 22,200 levels, I had become a little positive that this support may be a strong support. So once it bounced from those levels, we had recommended and had point to the markets that time. To be frank, last week did some profit taking also because, this week was expected to be volatile, and it is looking like to be volatile also, whatever happened last 2, 3 days, even the way global markets have reacted. So again, taken out some money from the markets for trading. So you will get opportunities now again. One, tariff news is continuing, which will keep on creating volatility. So globally, markets will react. Our markets will depend on separate sectors, whatever happens on the tariff front. Plus, the year-ending numbers, the business, updates will start coming in now. So that will also impact the markets. And plus, the corporate numbers will start falling after that for the full financial year. So I think this is what will be most important for us to watch. That what happens to the numbers. So quarterly updates will give a very good view on the markets, on the business front, and but on the order front, if you see economy wise, orders have been flowing now. Whether it's defense, whether it's railways, two sectors which had performed tremendously well earlier. Again, order flow started. Defense has already contributed. Railways not so far, but order flow started for them. So I think what next couple of weeks is going to be very important to watch what happens on tariffs and plus our domestic news flow.
Okay, BSE, that's going to be one stock which is going to be in focus. They've announced a 2:1 bonus share issue as well. Having said that, the big overhang from BSE got lifted when NSE deferred the plan to change its weekly expiry to Monday after the SEBI consultation paper. Neeraj, what are your thoughts on BSE? Of course, the stock moved a lot last week itself, but now that this expiry date overhang gets lifted, do you think it makes for a buy? And is this the best play within the capital markets theme?
That most of the move has already happened also. The stock had come to 4,000, 4,200 levels. And after the news came about, that NSE is changing their plans of keeping the expiry on Monday. So the stock saw a good movement. Even the bonus meeting news came, stock saw a good movement on those couple of days. Now if you come and buy at these levels, you may get a trading up move today, momentum up move today, but then you gain maybe close to those 1,500, 6,000 levels where it comes and gets stuck always. So I think now buying into it is a little late. If you're able to buy it and you're lucky to buy it between 4,000, 4,500 levels, you may book some profits also close to 6,000 levels if it is going now in the next couple of days or this week. And as far as best play in the capital market space is concerned, according to me, there are other options like asset management companies, which are strong franchisees, and the business is growing for them. You have continuous inflow, even in the market turmoil that we saw in February, March. The inflow kept on continuing, and plus, there I feel that because of the even tax rate incentive that been given in this budget, they will get further inflows. SIPs may get added because of that. So I think that is one business where I feel there is strength. And related to that segment, camps can also be looked at because that's also related to, they do the work for mutual funds. So that can be another stock which can be looked at in this segment.
Motors, let's bring up that stock for you because the sales numbers have been blowout. Remember, the monthly sales data has already started to trickle in for March, and it's a 34% uptick that they've seen on a year-on-year basis. They've managed to beat pretty much all estimates at a count of more than 1 lakh units that they sold in the month gone by. And even on a month-on-month basis, and that's an uptick of about almost 10,000 units that they've clocked in. Neeraj, what's your own sense? Of course, Eicher has moved a lot from those, Feb odd lows. But what is your pick when it comes to two-wheelers?
I think Eicher definitely, the way they picked up in the last couple of months, and I think that should continue for them. So I think Eicher, as someone has been holding for a long term, should continue holding because I think they keep on rewarding. So otherwise, other space, two-wheelers also, if you see Hero or even Bajaj, they have also corrected a lot from the highs. So they also make a case for a long-term investor. So short-term volatility may still continue. But, after this correction, I would not say that, one should not start nibbling into these stocks. I think even these two look interesting. And TVS Motor has been a good performer, has been performing well over the last 4-5 years. You don't see that kind of a correction in TVS Motor. So if someone is a little long-term investor, I think even Hero and Bajaj make sense to add at these levels.
So Neeraj, which is the next block deal where we'll put your name out?
Yeah, there's no block deal happening right now. I think it's a time where you should accumulate. I accumulate slowly, and the market is correcting. So the volatility will give us opportunities to add on to domestic economy related stocks. Where I think the next 1.5 years, looking at the interest rate scenario, inflation looks good for our domestic market.
I wanted to get your thoughts on ITC as well. The fact that they're going to acquire the pulp and paper business of Aditya Birla Real Estate for a consideration of 3,500 crore rupees. Tell me, what does it mean for ITC, given that they're clearly expanding into the paper business? And more importantly, the strategic move by the Aditya Birla Group, wherein they're clearly warding off the non-core businesses.
Yeah, I think first for the Aditya Birla Group, I think it made sense for them because this is now becoming a non-core business for them. So they are expanding a lot in real estate and that is doing well for them. And for ITC, what I read was that they are buying it at the bottom of the cycle. So they must have got a good deal because of that, because the paper industry has not been doing well for the last 3-4 years. So if that is the case, that is something which is yet to be seen, whether this is the bottom of the cycle or there's some more downside to go. That is difficult to say, but if they really bought it at the bottom and they would have got a good deal, I think it makes sense for them, because this is going to become a major part, and plus further expansion is planned. So this can be a separate vertical, which you can think that maybe down the line somewhere, it's too early to say, but maybe this can be hived off to a separate company. So that can happen for the long-term investor. So it's yet to be seen whether we really are at the bottom or not of this paper industry.
All right, so that's the take on ITC. So let's watch out for that. And other than that, all eyes will be on Aditya Birla Real Estate as well. But with this, Neeraj, we let you go on that note. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us this morning.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.